This is part 3 of this audiobook exposing Gen Z and Gen Z. Bro, we're gonna get real deep on this. This will be a part 3 of exposing how these Generation Z Libras and Gemini males that always talk all this gangster shit, they're just cringe. They have identity crisis. Have you noticed a lot of Geminis and Libra males, they always had identity crisis? They didn't know they want to be a holy version or be this so-called wannabe gangster to impress a lot of these females. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm like that shit is so cringe to me, bro. I got relatives who are not actually related to me. They're more like step relatives. They got a different father from me, man. They're like Libras and Geminis, bro. They, for the first 5 minutes, they'll talk like there's some holy versions of Mormon culture, Catholic culture, and all this shit. And then 5 minutes after, they're talking about, oh, they're the baddest gangster since Max Payne and John Gotti and all these other gangsters that came before them. And I be looking at them being like, man, bro, your mother and your father, your uncle and auntie, your cousins, your brother and sister, they was not in no gangster affiliations. So why the fuck are you talking all this gangster shit just because you got switches and like all these other different type of like guns you got? Like, do not let the shit get to your head. Like, that's why I don't understand these split personality zodiacs. Like, they just don't know who the fuck they are. They are so cringe. They have identity crisis. If you a male and you're from Gen Z, you're like 25 and you have identity crisis on who you are. I don't give a fuck if you a Gemini or Libra. This ain't no damn excuse to be acting like a damn gangster knowing that you not. Like, for example, you got so many people who will they'll work at a Taco Bell, a superfood, they'll work at Hibbett Sports, they'll work at a Wawa's, they'll work at a Geno's cheesesteak factory, they will work at any store you could think of, any corporation you could think of, and they'll be like a goody two shoe boss, being like, "Hey boss, I did the dishes. Can I go home now?" And then when they get around their friends, they talk now. These Generation Z Libras and Gen Z Geminis, they be like, "Man, I'm a real nigga." Know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a real nigga. Know what I'm saying, man? Shit, on God, I'm dead serious, man. I put one to sleep. But they was not doing that when it was around their boss at the job. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Gen Z Libras and Gen Z Geminis, they are so cringe to me, bro. Generation Z melanated males who are Libras and Geminis, bro, they always have identity crisis. They the type of person who will be a goody two shoes to their father and mother, be like, "Hey mommy and daddy, I just rode the bike. I just did the dishes. I did everything you had to say." And then the next minute when they get around their friends and shit like that, when they get around their fake ass friends and shit, and fake ass females trying to impress them, now they trying to talk all this gangster shit. Why you weren't talking all this gangster shit with your mother and your father? Why you weren't talking all this gangster shit around your coworkers at your job? That's why I don't fuck with Libras and Gemini males. They're fake as shit, man. They're fake as shit, man. You know what's crazy? Most of my fist fights that I had, like in my teenage years, it was always with a Libra and a Gemini. Cause I don't like fake ass niggas. I don't. I don't like fake ass niggas, crackers, like, gringos, wherever the fuck they are. Anybody who portrays to be a gangster, they'll be classified as a nigga, a cracker, gringo, whatever the case may be. These are people that want to be try hard gangsters and shit, knowing that they was not birthed into that lifestyle. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, this shit is fucking fake as shit to me, man. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, Louisiana is the worst place when it comes to Generation Z, Libras, and Geminis. If you ever saw if you saw a male who looks melanated and they don't really like live a healthy lifestyle. They always like wearing dark colors and stuff like that. trying to like portray a gangster group or some shit like that. That's a Libra and that's a Gemini for sure. It's like, what's with all the symbolisms of wearing dark colors and shit like that? Like, what type of gang are you in? Like, some of these, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you always see a melanated male always wearing the same color every time you see them, they're in some type of secret cult. They're in some type of secret cult, man. I'm being honest with you, cause bro, it's not natural to wear the same fucking colors every damn day, bro. Like, wear a damn different color for sure. Like that's some shit you gotta pay attention to, bro. A lot of shit ain't what it seems out here, bro. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of individuals. That's why I don't have a lot of male friends. I'd rather be friends with females before I ever be friends with these damn lame ass males, bro. Cause a lot of males be fake out here, bro. A lot of these males is fucking fake as shit, especially in Louisiana, man. That's why I'd rather just go places by myself. Like I don't need a lot of males around me. I don't. Because a lot of these males, they'll tend to be Geminis and Libras. And those zodiacs, they are always a disappointment. They are known to fucking turn on your ass. And we speaking about the males per se. We speaking about the males. We're not even worried about the females. The males is the damn main concern. Because these Generation Z Libras and Gen Z Gemini males, bro, they're always so cringe. They always talking all this gangster shit, man. Talking about, oh, I'm in the trap. I'm in the trap. I got all the Glocks. I got all the weapons. And they don't know that some of these friends that they are talking to, they could be like an undercover agent to get their ass locked up. Like, come on, be more smarter, man. Like, this is the reason why, man. Anybody who gets weapons, bro, you do not be telling nobody that you got them, bro. Because they could be an undercover agent. You would never even know, bro. You would never know. Never know, bro. Because that's one thing about these Libra males that are melanated who talk all this gangster shit in the Geminis. They the type to talk on the phone or in person with a lot of their people they think that's their kinfolk and talk about how like they got all these weapons and shit, and then this stuff gets reported to the police and shit, and then these Libras and Gemini males they get themselves caught up. And I'm like, man, bro, you gotta be careful like who you tell stuff to when it comes to like, confidential things, like, talk about what you got, you know what I'm saying? Cause that stuff could get report. Some of these so-called people that will be your friends or aka kinfolk family, they'll try to report that to the police and shit and get you in trouble. That's the reason why I'm glad I don't associate with no gangster lifestyle. Don't even try to portray it, because ain't nobody about to fucking report nothing on me talking about I got guns and all this shit, and then they get me locked up. And that's the reason why Geminis and Libra males are not intelligent. They are like irrational women. A lot of you red pill male content creators that be saying all women are irrational. Well, guess what? A Libra zodiac male and a Gemini zodiac male, they fit the description of an irrational woman. Just doing things so irrational, man. This shit is so ridiculous, man. And look, man, like you would never, ever, ever see me try to portray to be no damn gangster. Cause that shit is cringe. That shit lame as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. Any melanated male who is a Libra and they're a Gemini and they are in Louisiana and they're like 20 and they're like 20 plus years of age talking about they're trying to beat, they beat murder cases, telling all these fabricated fairy tale stories, try to sound all cool to a bunch of females and a lot of fake wannabe gangster friends, man. That is cringe as fuck, man. What kind of 20 plus year age male want to tell fabricated stories to a bunch of females that sound cool, talking about, oh, I beat this murder case that was going on that could have had me locked up for like 13 to life. That's exactly how these fucking Libra NBA young boy redneck melanated males be sounding in Louisiana, man. They be sounding like a bunch of irrational women to me, man. And they try to get on me for saying I talk like I'm fucking Caucasian. Well, at least I talk like I got sense. Some of these melanated males who are Libras and they talking all redneck, and they sound like they cannot even pronounce a sentence correctly, man. Man, you know, I could expose a lot of stuff to my mother about how a lot of I could expose a lot of stuff to my mother, but man, you know what? She like you know what they say, rotten fruits expose themselves. They really do. You don't gotta do nothing. You just let the rotten fruits fall from the tree, bro. So I'm telling you, man, like this shit is ridiculous. Some of these Generation Z melanated males who are Libras and Geminis that talk about, oh, I almost had 13 to 20 to life in prison. I had to beat that murder case. You feel me? That's exactly how they fucking sound. Sound like a bunch of fucking lame ass irrational women. And they think they sound fucking gangsters, sound like a bunch of rednecks. Like for real, man. I don't even tell like I don't even tell the few homies I have. I don't even tell them this. They'll just have to see it themselves and just let the rotten fruit fall from the tree, man. That's one thing about people like us Virgos and Aquariuses and the Scorpios. Like we just let rotten fruits fall from the tree. We're not gonna like go and egg on to other individuals, like telling them, man, this person is fake. You need to watch out. Like we'll just let them see for themselves. That's how we do it. But the Aries, Taurus, and Leos, they'll let their homies, they'll let their father and mother know, oh, this person is fake. Because you know why Aries and Leo and Taurus are a masculine zodiac? That's all about they're animal. They're all about leadership. They want to eradicate fakeness right then and there. You see us Virgos, Aquarius, and Scorpios, man. Us three, we will sit there and watch the bullshit unfold itself, and we'll just let the rotten fruit just fall from the tree. We'll let these fake ass wannabe gangsters just ruin themselves. We don't gotta prove anything to people. We don't.